to or welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Sorry for being MIA for so long, but a lot's been going on. But as you can see from today's title, I will be doing a Q&A about the house that Mike and I have bought. I got you to ask me some questions on Instagram, so hopefully this will be helpful for you guys who are thinking of buying their first house. So if you'd like to hear more about this and get your questions answered, please keep watching. So I've got all the questions here on my phone. So the first question is, what does it look like? I will put a few pictures on this side. Obviously it's a conceptual sort of drawing because obviously the house isn't built yet, it's a new build. I also pop a few little clips of the show home so you guys can see what's going on with that and get a feel of what it looks like. Obviously when you have a new build, it's not always ready to move into straight away, so you're working with, you know, a show home and a concept drawing. So yes, I have seen the show home and I've been around the show home. So basically the house is going to be the same layout, same sort of style to my house, and I'll put a few pictures on the side. They can flash through as I go along. Next question is, what colours are you thinking for the decorations? So we're not really sure at the moment. The house is being painted white because they asked us what colour you want the house painted. So we've got white. A lot of our colour scheme going through the house is grey sort of tones. We really like the grey tones. We think it looks really modern, really sort of classy. I'm not really sure on colour tones for the rest of the house, probably very neutral with pops of colour. I'm quite a neutral person. I don't like things being a bit in your face, but I'll probably have a couple of little pops of colour around the house and just sort of jazz it up a little bit, but it's going to be very neutral, I think. But I will show you guys like a house tour when we get the house and show you what it's like before we start putting our sort of special little sort of twist on how we decorate, and obviously I'll show you when we can start getting furniture, etc. So you guys will see all that. I will vlog it, so you'll see what we get in the end, but I'm going for neutral tones really at the moment. Next question is, what is the general process of getting a house? Okay, so we looked at several houses. This wasn't the first one we looked at. We looked at about 4 in total. Basically, the first thing you have to do is put down a reservation fee. If you're a first time buyer and you're using a Help to Buy scheme, which we are, you have to put down a £500 retainer to reserve the house. So that's what we did first. Obviously, once we knew that's the one we wanted, so that's what we did. And then obviously you have to go through a lot of other I'll try and keep this as simple as possible. Basically, you've got to hire a solicitor, you've got to hire a broker, you've also got to get a mortgage in principle preferably before you start looking at houses, but you can get them once you know what house it is. Mortgage in principle is like basically a bank or lender saying that they will lend you this much money to buy the house, basically, so they will guarantee your mortgage. So that's what we did, and once you have the mortgage in principle, you show the developer and the estate agents and they give you the thumbs up, say yep, okay, that all checks out. And the next step obviously is going through the Help to Buy application, and obviously we have loads of other paperwork we had to do. I really don't have much of a clue still, even though I'm doing it now. It's very much a learning on the job process, so you learn as you go. Mike is much better at understanding all of this than I am, but that is basically what we did to start off the process of it all. And she also said, or maybe even like moving it out to a flat for the first time. I think with a flat, it's the same sort of process. If you're buying the flat, you can use a Help to Buy scheme if it's a new build, only if it's a new build. Or if you're renting, then I'm not too sure how it is renting, because I'm renting this property off my parents, and obviously it's just like a sort of verbal agreement of how much we pay, not an actual legal agreement, so I'm not too sure about that, but I'm sure you'll find lots of info online. Definitely go online and do your research, because that's what we had to do as we were learning as we went, and ask other people who have bought houses because they know what's going on. Next question is, does Mike like interior design, or will it be down to you for designing? Quite frankly, he actually does take an interest in how we decorate and how we furnish the house. This house we haven't really done a lot in terms of making it really our own, because it's not our house, we're renting it off of my mum and dad, so I've not really invested that much time. I mean, he did that behind me, the whole little collage of our photos. That fridge was mine. Frigging magnets everywhere. But yeah, no, Mike and I will definitely be doing this together. We want to make it our house, not just mine, and he probably will go to me for advice on what to do with decorations, because I'm quite sort of, I love decorating and designing stuff, but he's definitely going to be involved, so we're going to do it as a team, 100% going to do it as a team. So next question is, have you brought anything special for the house? Currently no, we haven't moved in yet, so we don't really know what we specifically want, but my mum and dad bought Mike and I for our joint birthday present a table and dining room chairs to go in the new house. It's glass and it's got a nice sort of crossed over middle like metal things to sort of hold the table on. The chairs are like white sort of leather, faux leather sort of look, and they're really pretty. If I can find a picture of the table, I'll put it here. And then my auntie has bought us a toaster and a kettle, a matching toaster and kettle, which is rose gold and white. Again, I'll put a picture here if you want to see it. But other than that, nothing exactly special yet, because obviously we're not in the house and we don't have a feel of what the space is going to be like. So obviously the next things will be buying sofas and other things like that, but that's going to be a bit later on down on our journey. But other than that, no, we haven't really bought anything special yet, because again, with the new build, you're not really entirely sure how the space is gonna look. Obviously you can go by the show home, but it's better when you're physically in there and you can see the colour scheme in person, because of course the show home will not be the same colour scheme as your house, because we had a lot of input with that when we were picking our colour schemes and stuff. So probably be a bit later on when we start buying specific special things for the house. So my next question is, I'm 20 and I want to move out after uni, but I don't know anything about this. Okay, we didn't actually know anything about this, and we're 28 and we're like full-on adults. So basically what you have to do, what I would advise you guys to do, is if you're going to buy a property, go talk to a mortgage advisor. They're very helpful and they tell you like what you need to do, what sort of thing you have to do. We hired a broker who dealt with a lot of the sort of like initial stuff. He's been very helpful, and our solicitor does a lot of the legwork too. Like, he's really amazing. So basically, I do your research, go see a mortgage advisor, talk to the banks. They help you quite a little bit, and then obviously once you start the process, you have a broker and a solicitor who basically hold your hand throughout the whole process and guide you, because our solicitor's been brilliant. He's really been fighting our corner for us and helping us with everything. But unfortunately, you're just going to have to do your research, because that's what we had to do, and also ask advice from other people who've bought properties. Obviously this is our first property, so we're still sort of newbies to it all. But if you know somebody who's already bought more than one property, especially a new build, or even if they bought an older house, you know, I would just say talk to people, talk to the mortgage advisor, talk to the bank. They're going to help you a lot, because that's the only way you're going to learn. Unfortunately, that's the only way we learn. So you just have to learn as you go along. It's quite a fun and scary journey all at the same time. Number one thing, are you excited about the house / move? I'm so excited about the house. Like, we put down the reservation fee on the 27th of December last year, and this has been going on for about 4 months, trying to get to the point of exchange, which we did just over a week ago now. And it's been so exciting, going around looking at houses, imagining being in the house too, like imagining it's your house. And when you know it's your house, you know it's your house, and you're like, this is the house I want to move into and go to the next chapter. And of course we're getting married this year too, so we'll get the house, we'll be married. It'll be a very big journey, so it's really, really exciting. Like, I can't even put into words how excited I am about this all. It's just like a whole roller coaster of things happening this year. So 2021 has got to be a good year for us, guys. It just has to be, because last year was just disappointing. So this is like a big win for us. Like, I'm so excited. So the next question is, what made you choose a new build versus a property that's already built? Okay, so the new build, you can get the Help to Buy schemes. That was the main thing, because when you're a first time buyer and you haven't got like a ton of money just laying in your back pocket, being able to do the Help to Buy scheme is so helpful for first time buyers. So basically, that's the reason why. And obviously with the new build as well, because we were early, you could have a lot of input in how the house looks. So we got to pick the kitchen, we got to pick the bathrooms, we got to pick the tiles, the floors, the carpet, all that jazz. Like, we got so much input. So that's why we really, really, really wanted in particular a new build, because of the benefits from it. So that's why. And also with the new build, you have, obviously with this particular scheme we picked was the equity loan, which is where the government give you 20% and you have to put down 5%. And obviously you have to pay this back. It's like an actual loan. You pay it back after 5 years, but it's the best one for us. It was. I mean, there's lots of other Help to Buy schemes. I can't go into any detail about the others because I've not really researched much of them. But this one, when we were talking to, you know, all the mortgage advisors, but this was definitely the best one for us and the best way we could sort of financially afford to do it and go forward with it, if that makes sense. So that is why we chose a new build over an older house, because financially speaking, it was a better move for us. Will there be any Disney bits in the house? Okay, so obviously I'm crazy Disney. Mike is not. So there will probably be little elements of Disney around the house, but not like an overkill. I have a painting in our spare room at the moment that I bought from Disney, which is a Beauty and the Beast. That is the only really Disney thing I have in the house at the moment, but I'm planning to sort of sneak my way into getting some more Disney stuff in the new house. So fingers crossed I can get a few more Disney elements in the house, but there will be little bits and like sort of hints here and there, but it's not going to be like overkill because I know Mike would not like that, and we've got to meet in the middle with a compromise. So I think he'll let me put a few things that are Disney into the house, but not like loads and loads. So little elements here and there. I'm going to find little tiny like sort of little touches, like little pictures or little ornaments or just things that are going to be put around the house, and just little sort of nods to Disney. And one of the bathrooms is mainly going to be my bathroom, so I might just Disneyfy the bathroom, to be honest with you. Why not? Let's just go for it. So there probably will be elements of Disney, but not like too much, because I've got to compromise with the future hubby, otherwise he'll want to move out straight away. I'm like, this is too much Disney, oh my god. He knows I love it though, so of course he'll let me put some Disney, just a little bit. How did you know this house was the one you wanted to go for? Okay, so as I said earlier, we looked at 4 houses. The other houses just weren't for us, unfortunately. There was another house that we saw before the final house we obviously picked, and we liked that one, but it was on a main road. That was the only thing that we didn't like about that house. Otherwise, it was a really nice house, but it's right on the A24, and we just thought, no, that's not going to be good, especially if you have kids running around. What if they run into the road? Like, it'd just be hell on earth, or a pet, you know. It's just not, and obviously the noise. So this one is in a really quiet village in Billings. It's called Billingshurst, and it's a really lovely area. The actual estate is small, so it's not too overcrowded. They've got lots of grass area. Every estate has got their own little play area for kids, so if you bring out a family, you have a own little play area, and it's really pretty and cute, and it's got like ponds, and like it's just really scenic and peaceful. And the house itself is a really good size. It's got 3 bedrooms, it's really beautiful, and it just was the layout and the sort of aesthetic we wanted for the house, because the show home was beautiful, and we just thought, this is it. We could imagine ourselves living there. That's why. As soon as you know and imagine, you think about yourself living there, that's when you know it's your house. It's like whenever you go to a wedding venue and you go in there and you can imagine yourself getting married, then you're like, this is it, this is the one. It's the same thing with a house. We just knew it was our house. That was it. So that was why we knew it was the one, and it's just such a nice area, as I said, and it's just perfect place to, in the future, maybe bring up a little tiny Megan or Mike. So not yet. No one get ahead of themselves, but I'm just saying, it's a really nice neighbourhood, really peaceful, really chill. I like living in the countryside and in the peaceful sort of area. I couldn't live in town. I think I would be really shocked by all the noise. So that was probably why. It's just we could imagine ourselves being there in years to come. So that's why it was the one for us. So the next question is, how long is the process of getting your house? So as I said, we put down the reservation fee on the 27th of December, and then we exchanged literally over a week ago. So it's about 4 months, give or take. Obviously the house is not ready yet, so we can't move in. We've been told 2 different completion times, so we actually don't know what date the completion time is. We're meeting the builders next week, so hopefully he'll tell us when the completion date is. But someone said the end of June, and someone said August, so I don't know which way we're going to be moving in. But overall, the amount of time, it'll either be 4 months or 8 months at this point, depending if we move in August, or it'll be 6 months if we move in June. So it's been a relatively long process, but it's been okay. I mean, it's obviously with COVID, I think it's been a bit longer than normal. So yeah, about 4 months to actually physically exchange, and then to move in, it'll either be 6 months or 8, depending when the completion is. So we'll soon find out. Next week I'm meeting the builders, and then I'll update you guys and let you know when we're supposed to be moving in. So hopefully, fingers crossed, he'll tell us next week. Next question, how did you save for your house? Basically, we just put every single penny that we ever had free into savings. I started a savings account quite a few years ago, and every month I put a certain set amount in. So about £500 a month I put away, just as a set value. And if I could put more, I put more. So we just basically saved like crazy. And funnily enough, having this lockdown and having everything go a bit topsy-turvy for the last nearly 2 years has helped with the whole saving thing massively, because we didn't go out really anywhere, didn't need to buy clothes, didn't need to buy anything unnecessary. So all that money I would have put out on clothes, going out to eat, anything else, went straight into the savings. So that actually pushed us straight over the edge to where we got to. And obviously with the equity loan, it's really, really helped us be able to afford to move out. And obviously you have other things you've got to pay for when you move out, brokers, solicitors, stamp duty, and there's also sort of a maintenance fee for the property, for the streets. Apparently you pay that to them, and then there's the council tax. So you've got to remember all these other extra costs as well. But we just saved. What I would suggest is just save as soon as you can save. Like as soon as you start a job, as soon as you've got money or you're earning money, put money away. I wish I'd saved much earlier, because I probably would have moved out a few years earlier. But now I'm 28 and I'm moving out, which is fine. But you should just save as soon as you possibly can, because I wish I had. I wish I'd saved later on instead of spending my money on such unnecessary things when I was younger, because it was pointless. Just save. Do not buy unnecessary crap. Just think for the future for a little bit at least. Obviously enjoy yourself and do buy stuff you want to buy, but always think about the future, because, you know, when you get to this stage, you wish you had saved earlier on, because I probably would have moved out a couple of years earlier if I'd sort of reeled it in a little bit when I was younger. So yeah, as soon as you're able to earn, save. That is all the advice I can give you, really. That is all I can say. And the follow-up question was, do you wish you saved sooner? Which I kind of addressed in the last one. Yes, I do wish we'd saved sooner. I wish I'd literally, as soon as I started working at 18, put money away instead of spending it on nights out and food and clothes and just pointless stuff. So as soon as you start earning money, save that coin, honeys. Just put a little bit away. You don't have to put loads away, just put a little bit. It all adds up in the end. Just save as soon as you can. That's my advice. Definitely wish I'd saved sooner. Next question is it more expensive than people realise when buying a house? As I said earlier, yeah, it's a lot to take in, because you obviously put down the reservation fee, which is about £500 in my case. Then obviously you put down the deposit, which was 5% in my case, because I did the equity loan, and the other 20% was the government helping. And then obviously you pay for a solicitor, that's about £2,000 or so. Broker, that's another, £1,000 or so. Then you have stamp duty, which is about £4,000. It's a lot. You have to think of a lot more than just the buying of the house, just putting that deposit, because there's lots of other costs around it. So always, plan it out, make a spreadsheet, sort out your finances, make sure you're so prepared for every single little thing that could be chargeable. And we're also getting sort of a snag sort of survey done when we complete, so that they can check there's no issues with the house. That's more money as well. So just plan it all out, get a spreadsheet. I love a spreadsheet. And just sort out your finances. It's actually a lot more money than you would think initially. Obviously it's a lot of money anyway, but then you think of all the extras as well. So it's definitely a lot more than you would believe. Next question is, what are your top tips when buying a house? Save. As soon as you're able to save. Don't settle for the first property you see. Look at loads of different properties. Pick the one that is perfect for you, which is the one for you. Do not settle. You're going to be living there for a while, so definitely don't settle. Go talk to a mortgage advisor straight away if you know you want to buy a house, so they can help you with the money, how to do whatever Help to Buy scheme, or whether you're not going to do that. It depends. If you're buying a new build, obviously that is an option. If you're buying an older house, obviously make sure that you're also prepared to do any work that needs to be done on the house. Make sure you're sort of ready for a DIY project if that's what you want to do. Just make sure it's the one for you. Don't settle. That's my main advice. I mean, obviously make sure that you're both on the same page as well if you're buying with somebody else. Check out the area, check out what there is around, is it a good area, is it peaceful, is it near a road? Like, just really check everything out and be picky. That's actually my main advice. Be picky and do not settle, because this is a house you're going to invest all your time and money into. Don't settle. So that's probably my main advice for you. So next question is, can you talk us step by step of how you went about it? It's not something I've ever been taught. Well, I kind of mentioned touches on it earlier, but I will just go through it quickly again. So basically, as I said, we put down a reservation fee, which was £500 for us to get the house. Then you obviously have to get a mortgage in principle, which is like you go to your broker and he will get you like deals and offers from other people who offer mortgages, and then they'll give you a mortgage in principle, find the best one for you, and then you have to give that to the estate agent and the property developer, and then they give you the sort of go ahead to carry on to the next step. You then hire a solicitor, obviously, because he helps with all the ins and outs with the transferring of the money, talking to their solicitor. He's your like communicator, so you definitely need one of them. And make sure you vet them, make sure you check they're okay. We got recommended ours by our broker, and we trust our broker because he's a really nice man, really professional, really amazing. And the solicitor we have has been brilliant. He's been a godsend. So definitely make sure you check out your solicitor and look at reviews, because you must make sure you get somebody good, because you don't want someone who's going to be absolutely useless. Luckily, if you get a recommendation from somebody like a broker, you should go for it, because they will know that they're a good person or not. And also sometimes they give you a little bit of a discount. So win. And then after that, obviously you got to do the Help to Buy application if you are doing Help to Buy. I'm going to be talking about Help to Buy because that's what I'm doing in this case. I've not bought an old house, I've not done anything else. So the Help to Buy scheme is the equity loan, as I said, which is where the government give you 20% and you have to put down 5% of the house. So yeah, that was the best one for us. And then once you put that through, they come through and either give you a confirmation that it's gone through and it's okay, or they say you need to tweak this or tweak that. So yeah, that all went fine. And then once you've done that, you can then move on to the exchange part. They send you a ton of paperwork to go through and to sign. Make sure you read everything carefully, make sure everything is correct, make sure everything that they've said, your solicitor said, everything matches up. Must read everything. I know it's a lot of pages, like I think it was 18 pages or something in the document, but read every single bit because it's really important. Make sure you read every single clause, every single little bit of fine print. Do not leave anything unlooked at because it's super important. And yeah, that's basically it. Obviously we've exchanged now, and then obviously completion day is whenever it is, and with us that's how we did it. Sorry if that's really vague and really not very good explanation, but hopefully it is. Hopefully that was helpful. But honestly, just go to a mortgage advisor, talk to other people who've bought houses, like just ask for advice from them too, because you know, we've had to learn as we go along because this is our first time doing it and they don't teach you this in school. So I hope that was helpful. Farah, is there a spare bedroom for me? Always. It says how many bedrooms? It is 3 bedrooms, which is fab. We've got 2 sort of big main bedrooms and a smaller bedroom, which is probably going to be our office, or later on for something else, you know. Favourite part of the house? Ooh, favourite part of the house. I love the kitchen because we got to pick everything, and our bathrooms. I love the kitchen and the bathroom. I love everything about it. I love the fact that it's got cladding on it, which is like the paneling, the wooden paneling on the house, and it looks so modern and pretty. So probably that, because it looks really modern and like just chic, and I just love everything about the house. It's really hard to pick. Okay, the kitchen. I'll say the kitchen's my favourite part. There you go. Final answer, kitchen. It's really hard to pick though. Will you be doing a house tour? Of course I will be doing a house tour. I will do an empty house tour from when we first move in, and obviously as we're decorating and putting our furniture in, I will vlog everything and do a tour after we've finished putting everything where we want it. It's going to be a gradual process. We'll do it room by room because we're going to want to buy loads of new furniture, loads of new aspects of the house need to be changed. So it's going to be a process, but I will vlog and film everything for you guys so you can see it if that's really what you're interested in. So definitely I will film it all for you. Next question is, did you have much input into the house? Actually, we had a lot of input because we were so early and the house was not built at all when we first put down our reservation fee. We got to pick the kitchen style, so the cupboards, the tiles, the splashback, the floor, everything about that we got to pick. We got to pick the paint colour, so we picked for white all around the house because then it's easier to sort of adjust as we go along. And then we also got to pick all the bathroom tiles and the fixings and everything else, and the carpets. So yeah, we got quite a lot of input, which was really exciting. So that was definitely one of my favourite parts of the whole process, being able to sit in the room with all the samples of tiles and everything and just pick everything. It was just amazing. So I can't wait to see what it all looks like after we've all finished it all. What are you most looking forward to? Moving out and being independent and having our own house and having a house that we actually own, like it's ours. It's a really like amazing feeling knowing you've worked so hard and all your hard work is paid off. So I just can't wait to decorate everything. The decorating is going to be the most fun bit, and picking furniture and just making everything look like ours. So that's possibly going to be my favourite part. It's just like, I'm looking forward to just decorating and picking furniture. It's just going to be so fun. So the next question is, do you know how you'd like to decorate it yet? Not really yet, because it's a new build. We don't actually know what the house looks like exactly. Obviously, we know what the show home looks like, but our house is not going to be identical because, of course, we picked carpets, tiles, everything. That's what we've picked in our colour scheme. So as soon as we know what the colour scheme is, as soon as we know the layout properly, obviously we have the show home, but the show home has furniture in it, and you can't really sort of analyse how you want things to look properly. But when we get there, we're going to, as I said, we're going to do it room by room, and we're going to really take our time to make sure everything's perfect and as we want it. So it's just going to be a process. I'll film all of this, by the way. So once we've done each room, I'll show you what the progress is. It's going to definitely be a sort of a long-term project. So it'll definitely be the most exciting part, is getting everything to look the way we want. So no, we don't really know. We know sort of vaguely how we want it to look, but not enough to give you an idea of what I think it's going to look like yet. But we will take you on the journey. You can see everything as we do it. Would you film the process of moving, empty house tour? Yes, as I said earlier, I definitely will film an empty house tour. I will probably try and vlog us moving. We don't really have a lot to move because a lot of this stuff is just kind of going to stay here, and we're going to buy newer furniture, but we're going to take sort of the main bits with us, and we're going to hire a van out and do it ourselves. We're not going to hire movers because it's literally down the road as well, so 10 minutes from where I am. So we're going to do it ourselves with just my family and Mike and I. But I will vlog that for you guys and film it if that's what you really want. So I shall definitely do that for you guys. Will your new house be in the same area you are based in now? It is literally 10 minutes up the road from here. So I'm in West Chiltington now, and now I'm going to move to Billingshurst, and it's literally 10 minutes up the road. So really, really close. So my mum and dad are really happy I'm not going to be moving far away from them because they said they're going to miss me. So yeah, it's not very far. It's in the same sort of area. It's very peaceful where we live. So that's the big bonus for where that area is too. It's very peaceful and quiet, and that's what I like. I don't really think I could ever live in a town. So yeah, pretty much the same area. Still in West Sussex, 10 minutes down the road. Fabulous. That is it for my Q&A today, guys. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any other questions or queries, just put them into the comments down below and I will do my best to answer them. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a massive thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more content on the house. Obviously, it's coming in the future as I'm not moving just yet, but I will be filming lots of content to do with the house. And obviously the wedding's coming out too, so I will try and film some content for the wedding. It's going to happen in July, and it's so soon now again. The countdown begins yet again. So yes, if you guys would be interested in that sort of content, do give the little subscribe button a click. And I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the questions, guys. And thank you for watching as always. And I love you so much. Bye, guys.